them say. There's no telling where the guys will take you. Get ready for a spoiler. Won't say it twice, cause we already warned you. Better watch out, it's gonna ruin the plot. Real spoilers. Real spoilers. Real spoilers.
Broadcasting from the lush but not lavish studios located in the basement of the O'Keefe Institute for Advanced Film Snarkitude, this is Real Spoilers number 853, Jurassic Park After Birth.
That's
Did I get it right?
I mean,
Yep.
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 The genetic clone of the original Jurassic Park.
I think they said it best in this movie. Nobody cares about dinosaurs anymore.
That was the most meta part of the entire
I'm
thing.
like, why would you start a movie off saying nobody cares about dinosaurs? Now
we
here's
used,
your
to,
dinosaur.
we used to fill this place with a line around the block, and now we can't sell 7 tickets.
Well, based on the box office,
They sold
though,
more than
Oh,
7
people
tickets.
still care about dinosaurs. So let's go around the table and everyone can introduce themselves.
This is Joe.
This is Kevin.
And this is Tom. Before we dig in, shameless plugs, don't forget we are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart, TuneIn. Wherever you find a podcast, you can find us. While you're there, be sure and follow us so you never miss an episode. Maybe leave us a review. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/.
This movie's so messed up. Kevin's cracking beers at
I
9:30.
need one. I was about to say, I'm going to need something harder than that.
Facebook.com/real spoilers. What a wonderful way to engage with us in pseudo real life.
Yes.
You can also, while you're there, the group you want to join is called the League of Show Sharers because we are hoping you will share an episode. People who were kind enough to share an episode last week include Librarian Cynthia, Ralph Tribble, Brendan McGuckin, Tom Dowdy, Travis Tewitt, Richard Krotzer, Julianne Jordan, Jason McLean, Jason Aldridge, who apparently I've been missing. His privacy
Sorry, buddy.
settings have been locked down because somebody's
because.
after him, and he's just like,
Witness protection.
nobody needs to know that I listen to the movie
that I
podcast.
like this show.
Yes. Chris Magic Man, Tammy Lynn Powers, Betts, Gabriel Lugo, Taylor Ward, Joe Fobert, not to be confused with Joe Realbert.
I believe it's Joey Faubert.
Oh, excuse me.
Fancy. I guess you probably still call it Gravois.
That's right.
Heather Sachs, Edit Photo Gamer, The Kryptonian Orphan, Colby Mack, Ken Holtzhauser, Geek to Me Radio, Spoiler Piece Theater, In Session Film, Nostalgia Cast, Ronnie Castle, Mike and Oscar, Ryan Terry, and Matt Naglia. So thank you very much for sharing an episode. We greatly appreciate it. You can also find us on YouTube at youtube.com/real spoilers, ampersand, asterisk,
Tilde.
tilde,
All that good stuff.
Inye,
Yeah.
whatever.
Enya.
And
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we have
Last but not least.
no, it's least. Finally, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/real spoilers. $5 a month. You get all sorts of bonus content. Coneheads
Yes.
was just released.
It did.
I
Yeah.
saw it.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah.
Joe hit record on that one. It was a much more pleasant experience. Thank
You're
you, Joe.
welcome.
That
Just
is
wait
the-
until we do It's Pat, because we are going to get canceled.
Was that the second?
That's
Is
the
that the
next
second or third one in a row that I was on?
Third?
That's third.
You did all three.
Technically,
Four movies.
it's 4 movies.
Oh, because we did Wayne's World 1 and 2.
were put together.
Combined.
That's right.
You ready
Yeah.
for It's Pat next?
No.
I have not been
man.
invited.
Of course,
Oh.
you're invited.
Well,
You're on the SNL season.
You got to talk to the boss first.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
So
guy.
if Matt will let me back.
Matt F. Bosler's Real Spoilers
Yeah,
Patreon
yeah.
is what
I
the
have to find
official.
out. I have to find out quickly because It's Pat is on sale at Voodoo for $5.
just
so
buy it. Can you buy it? Can you buy that with Stuart Saves His Family?
I already own Stuart Saves His Family.
That's
so,
wild.
yeah.
Little did you know, Tom is the #1 Stuart Saves His Family fan.
Yeah, Al
He looks in
Franken's
his
like.
mirror every morning. and
Al
does the
Franken's
whole-
like, hey, who's that guy that bought that movie once?
I just got a 1-cent check in the mail.
So anyway, there's all that.
I will say I did get a
I didn't say let's dig in.
but I did get a message from
Sorry.
Yeah, this is a
listener.
pre-movie
Yeah,
discussion.
pre-movie
I'm not digging
discussion.
in yet. Sorry.
Uh,
my apologies.
Chris Margett, who I believe is from the UK,
Oh,
who takes great
Uck.
the Uck. That's right. Who takes great joy in correcting our English over how we pronounce things.
Yeah.
So this is his message. Hey Joe, don't worry, I'm not going to make this a regular thing, but a name pronunciation thing again.
You couldn't even say
I
pronunciation.
couldn't. That was tough.
He wants you to get a name right.
Being part of Europe, we've all grown up with words that are and were where they come from. You guys pretty much had the language fully formed from day one. It says day dot, so I wonder if like that's
another
thing.
how
Where
Canadians
I was like,
say A to Z.
yeah, right. So probably don't think about it in the way that we would. Anyway, seeing as Denis Villeneuve, that's how you say it, right? Denis Villeneuve. Okay, so that's what we're getting to.
Yeah.
Has been projected as the next Bond director. I thought I would suggest the pronunciation of his surname. Ville, French for town, is pronounced ville, like the baby cow. Neuve, French for new, is pronounced like neuf, like Pinky would say it. Yeah. But the emphasis is on the R rather than the F. It's like nerve, but with the slightest touch of an F sound. So Denis Villeneuve.
Oh.
And so basically, like Denis Villeneuve. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there you go. So Chris calling us out,
Thank
I
you.
said I responded.
Preemptively.
Yeah. Well, I said, brother, you're gonna have a field day with the next episode because we talked about that. He sent this before you had put out the new episode.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You're killing me," and I was like, "That's the goal."
Yeah.
But thank you so much for reaching
Pitt,
out.
Joe. Come on, get it right. Brad Pitt. It's not that hard.
It's not Javier.
We might be killing you, but you at least have universal health care.
That's right.
So,
And I got to tell you, a bunch of people just got kicked off their health care.
Yes.
So here we are. Here we are.
Here we are,
with
indeed.
Jurassic World.
Let's talk about something more happy and enjoyable.
So I really like Gareth Evans.
Gareth Edwards.
I like them both.
Rogue One, I think, is one of the best made Star Wars films of all time.
And I think
it's a masterpiece. It's incredible.
Yes, it is. In the new run of Star Wars
everything.
stuff.
I think it's one
you
of the
really
best.
think it's
100%.
Okay.
That is the best looking technically.
as
a film, that is one of the best films because George Lucas, I mean, thank you, great ideas.
not exactly.
I'm not saying he's the most talented filmmaker in the world, right?
Yeah,
like,
right.
Rogue One is incredible.
It is, and I think
the
creator is on a different level.
$40 million budget or whatever, and it looks like a $200 million.
You know how we've said Zack Snyder would be a badass
music video guy,
director of cinematography.
Yeah, right.
I don't think there's another director in Hollywood that is able to work CG in a way that Gareth Edwards can.
Yeah,
he has figured out how to seamlessly work things in it and not make them. There's
Remember
some
the
wonky.
creator? I don't think you loved it,
but it looked great.
And we looked up the budget, and I swear it's $40 million.
Yeah.
And there are Netflix pieces of crap for $300 million out there that don't look
that,
as good as that movie.
Look at that Chris Pratt, Millie Bobby Brown movie.
Right. I mean, it's just like the CG in that
Honestly,
doesn't look as good as
look at Avengers Endgame. There's wonky CG all over that movie.
Really?
Yeah. Remember when... No, maybe it's Infinity War.
The Hulk head?
The Hulk head. That's a prime example
but
of
the rest
what
of the
are we
CG is
doing?
pretty. That is weird though when they do the Hulk head. Though.
It's like that's strange.
But Gareth Edwards is a really good director. He knows monster movies. He did a Godzilla movie. Like he's clearly proven he can make some really good looking movies. And this movie doesn't look bad.
No, shot on film.
This movie is bad, but the dinosaur stuff is fucking great.
It's so good.
This is the best dinosaur stuff I think since the first one.
Easily.
I thought
Easily.
I did not I like the subplot, the B plot about the family, but like
the family's better than anything going on with our loser lead
I
characters.
did not care about the
Yeah.
mercenaries at all.
It's
none
awful.
of that stuff was all just
Garbage.
trash, boring, didn't care.
Total,
But when they got to dinosaur stuff, this movie leveled up big time.
Yep.
And I'm like, this is not a good movie.
No.
And I will also say, a lot of times with movies like this, like you see a lot with action movies where there's like 3 major action set
Right.
pieces.
Yeah.
That is not what they're doing here.
No.
You get a lot of dinosaur action in this
You get
movie.
The action's well done. The problem is the script is garbage. And
Yes.
David Kep,
which is
who
wild.
wrote the first one. But what has David Kep done lately?
I guess that's true.
And that's the
Was he
problem.
an X-Men guy? Was he like
I don't
was he
think
on
he's-
the Singer X-Men stuff?
No, I don't believe he was on that stuff.
They made a musical X-Men?
I gotta
But-
tell you. Given
Well,
that
with
director,
Wolverine,
yeah.
come on.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
you gotta. It makes sense.
Point taken.
But David Koepp hasn't done anything lately that has been great, and I think that also you got to remember when he's writing the first one with Michael Crichton.
Yeah,
Michael Crichton worked
Did
on
you
the
know
screenplay for
that
Jurassic
he
Park.
is 6'9"?
Who?
Michael Crichton.
He was 6'9".
He is.
Seen pictures.
Oh wait, is he
Well,
dead?
no, he's dead.
He was 6'9".
So-
So I
bro,
forgot. I forgot.
hold
I
on.
forgot.
He died in the 90s.
Oh, did he
Or
really?
early
I think
2000s.
early
I mean,
2000s.
but I mean, he's been dead for.
I guess that's
20
true, and I guess they're
years.
just strip mining his whatever he's got left. Yeah, there's a picture of him standing next to Spielberg and somebody
Yeah.
else, and he is a giant.
I have seen pictures of him where he always looks tall. I
He's
didn't know that was the
6'9".
number. Okay,
It's wild.
but
He died in 2008.
oh,
Okay.
2008. Okay, sorry,
we weren't doing the show yet, so I don't feel bad.
right before.
I just saw an ad the other day on television, like the latest book from James Patterson and Michael Crichton, and I'm like,
Together?
What?
I'm like, Michael Crichton, like how's I like, and they're like, from the man that brought you whatever James Patterson brought us, and then the man that brought you Jurassic Park, and I was just like, look, I know that authors die and they keep putting out books under their name, like I get that, but to actually image it as like this book is from that guy, and I'm like, it is not from.
Oh,
that
I
guy.
thought you were saying that James Patterson and Michael Crichton teamed up for a book.
Yes.
Oh.
That's what they're trying to.
Patterson
I
took
guarantee.
an
I
idea
guarantee
from
you what
Michael Crichton
happened
and fleshed
is
it out?
they found
I
an
have no
idea in like a
idea.
Michael Crichton
Right,
book
in a
and
journal, and
Patterson's
just
like,
like-
I got it.
Yeah.
So the problem is the writing's really bad. And okay, in Jurassic Park, I mean, there's a lot of things we'll get into.
Get into it.
But in Jurassic Park, everything other than the dinosaur stuff is good. The characters are good. You care about the characters. You care about the writing.
Spielberg
Every single
does
one of them.
an expert level of giving you a ton of characters.
Yeah.
Also, I was at the Draft House. They show like commercials for like the old cartoons or the old figures. Nedry had an action figure.
Well, you got to make
I
them
was
die.
just
You got to have the
I
dinosaurs
was like,
in someone, right?
why you don't get an action figure? Like, what are you doing? Like,
But they
that's-
introduce you to the blandest characters, these mercenaries. I mean,
Scarlett Johansson and
Scarlett
Mahershala
Johansson is-
Ali.
But Scarlett Johansson
She
is
is
sleepwalking in
Which
this
I don't
movie.
get because from everything I've read, Scarlett Johansson has always wanted to be in a Jurassic Park movie. That she's been telling her agent for over a decade, get me in a Jurassic Park movie.
Yeah.
And I agree.
She seems so bored
She does
in this
not want to.
movie.
Yeah.
So
not having fun with it.
Yeah, she seems so not engaged in any of this, and I don't understand because, like I said, everything I've read, like unless it's just press cycle bullshit, which is
Could be.
possible, but that she this was like her dream fun movie role.
I think they gave her. I think it's bad casting. I think that she just doesn't pull off that tough guy mercenary.
Who do you see in this role?
Emily Blunt in Edge of Tomorrow.
Okay.
She's a
I-
badass in that movie.
I
you
don't
know what
disagree,
I mean?
yeah.
And Scarlett just doesn't. And you can't say Scarlett's a bad actor because she's been really great in movies. I mean,
She's
it's not
incredible in
bad.
some stuff.
I mean, now the writing's really bad, so I know they didn't give her much to work with. But also, I just feel like that she could have played that character in a way that looked like she was having fun or enjoyed being there. And it is so sleepy. That conversation between
Oh,
her
boy.
and Mahershala Ali, where they're telling their backstories to each other,
You mean the
was the biggest snooze.
You mean the Quint scene?
There's stuff in this movie that I was like, that's funny on the page.
Yeah.
And she
Oh.
sucks off. Like the thing when she's talking to the
The doctor?
yeah,
Yeah.
at the not the Smithsonian.
Yeah, right.
Or not the
Yeah.
American history.
Oh,
History
Jonathan
Museum.
Bailey, the
Yeah,
main guy.
yeah.
Henry Loomis. Dr.
Dr.
Loomis.
Dr.
That's
Loomis.
what- it's a Halloween
But
reference.
he's like, I got to think on this, and then they sit there in silence for like 10 seconds. And
Yeah.
she's like, you ready? Yep. And I'm like, boy, I bet that was funny when they wrote it, but like it just
Yeah.
did
The
not
way she
work
played it
on screen at
honestly,
all.
it does feel like I do wonder if there is a version of this script.
That was written for Chris Pratt.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I thought. Is
Yeah.
that this was supposed to be in whatever version this was supposed to be the Chris Pratt character.
I think she would have been better served if they had made her the father of the family, like gender
Oh,
swapped
sure.
it, made
Yeah.
it the mom doing this
and let
crazy
Chris
adventure.
Pratt
That
do
could
the
have been
Chris Pratt
cool.
thing.
Well,
I
don't
don't
think
need
they,
Chris Pratt.
No,
in it,
I
but
honestly, I don't think
they
there
were-
isn't.
I don't think they were going to get him
Yeah.
back.
No,
And-
I also don't
can't
think
afford 'em.
yeah.
there is a Chris Pratt. The Star-Lord thing is dead.
I
don't
hope so. It's
I
gotta
don't think.
go away now.
Well, I don't even think he will do it.
okay.
Like I don't think
because he knows he's going to get typecast.
I don't think he's got it anymore.
Oh,
I think he has gone so hard into the. And I'm going to assume. I'm not saying that I'm right. so hard into the right wing, that really weird TV show that he had where it's like very, not MAGA, but like right wing leaning.
Are you talking about being a soldier, like being that kind of?
Yes. And there was what was the one with Jennifer Lawrence where they're on the spaceship.
Oh, jeez.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but I mean, like he has pivoted away from Star-Lord.
Yeah.
And
I don't know. The Electric State is him doing Star-Lord. That's last year, man.
but it doesn't work. Like
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
I know
Is like
we're
I don't
it.
think he's got it anymore. I don't think
Yeah.
he's got that in him anymore.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to be him.
Well, that's
anymore.
fine because he should do other stuff. I mean, when he's gone against type, he's been good. And Owen Grady is not Star-Lord, right? In the first Jurassic World, he's a fun character. He's a badass. He's funny, but it's not a Star-Lord character,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
But anyway, but this movie doesn't have likable characters that you care about, and so when they're sitting here telling their backstory to each other, who already know their backstory, and they're sitting there, and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is so boring, and neither of them are delivering it well. You don't care.
No.
It's just stupid, right? The characters are unlikable, but the family I think is more enjoyable.
Yeah.
But it's just weird the way they split them apart, and it's like,
Well, it's Jurassic Park 1.
Well, and that's the problem is they're trying to play the greatest hits and talk about unearned themes. I was cringing so hard at that.
There's the scene where they play kind of like, I don't know if it's the scene where in the original Jurassic Park, I don't know what the theme is.
I'll tell you, I know that movie.
Okay,
backwards
so
and forwards.
what song is it when Ellie Sattler sees the Brontosaurus for the first time? Isn't it like an underscored version of the theme? Or is it a different song?
Well, and then Hammond goes, Dr. Grant, my dear Dr. Sadler, welcome to Jurassic Park. And then it goes, da-na-na, da-na-na,
and then it goes into it, right?
It rises. It starts slow, but then when they get to the island, dun 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 dun.
Okay, that to me is
so
the
right
Jurassic
now you've
Park
got a
theme.
bunch of characters you don't care about.
We're gonna get
flying.
we're gonna get demonetized for that. Thanks.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I can't sing that well. They don't know what I was playing. So
If he had talent, we would.
So in the beginning, obviously, when they get to and you see the waterfall and everything.
Did you catch when they go to the not Smithsonian and the banner falls? Like I was like, fuck off.
This is the problem, and I know Gareth Edwards is a better director than this. I don't know if this is studio mandated. I don't know if this is Frank Marshall. I don't know what the deal is, but the amount of nostalgia and member berries in this movie is ridiculous. They hit you over the head so hard with it, and it's like
objects in rearview mirror.
I mean, okay, they already did that. It was funny in Jurassic World when they did that, but this one wasn't even them running away from a dinosaur. They haven't gotten into it. He's just like, let me check my.
He's just stuck in traffic.
Yeah, and it's like that's not funny because you haven't actually done anything it's not a callback. We know mirrors exist.
We get it.
Congratulations.
We also know that objects might appear,
but
closer.
like, in the real world,
Meatloaf taught us that.
it's just not funny though. It's not a cute callback. And when you play the theme, so like it's wonderful. It's like this magical moment when the John Williams score hits and you see the island and the waterfall and they're arriving. But in this one, they're like just going in the ocean and you're not looking at anything and you don't care about what these characters are doing. And they hit you with it and you're just like...
It would be one thing if they're on the boat and the shot is you can do it from the side of the boat, you can do it from behind the boat, and you see...
something majestic.
The dinosaurs in the distance flying, flying around the island, or you see them like walking on the beach. Okay.
Something majestic. But when you hit that theme
for no reason,
it's just in the middle of the ocean, and I think maybe there was some land coming up, but it wasn't majestic looking.
Right.
And they did it. I'm like, well, that was completely unearned. I'm not feeling anything. And they're trying to like,
do you think
it's a cheat code,
Can you think of another composer that has had more iconic themes than John Williams?
No, there's
Henry
none.
Mancini.
Oh. You think Henry, how many can you name though? Like off the top of your head, besides the good, the bad, and the ugly. Oh, is that him?
But John Williams is way surpassed at this point. In pop culture, there is no one other than. I'm not saying he hasn't done stuff,
but I mean, Harry
that.
Potter, Superman, Jaws,
Back to the Future.
Nope.
Oh no, that's Alan Silvestri. Sorry.
Literally, 10 years ago, I found out
no,
that is not.
It's a Spielberg production, so I get it confused
also,
sometimes. You're right, though.
You could absolutely make that case. But Harry Potter, Superman, Jaws, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park. What else?
Probably Close Encounters. Was that? Did
maybe.
You have one too?
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, like some of the most
iconic pop culture.
Yeah.
And it's not only just the quantity, but when you think of Star Wars, and you think of Jurassic Park,
And
when you think, Superman theme
Yeah.
that they're still using and reusing and remixing. But anyway, it's so unearned. And then when they do the Brontosaurus thing, again, the scene that Joe was talking about, the famous Welcome Jurassic Park, when they first look out of the thing, like they're in a field and it's these big CG looking fake dinosaurs walking around, and then they hit you with that exact same theme.
Oh, you mean in this
remix
movie? You mean
in
in
this
movie?
one?
Yeah.
And then you're just like, no,
Yeah.
this is not. It's not the same thing. They've all seen dinosaurs. You're not getting them for the first time. Like that music, evokes that feeling of wonder of like.
And there were moments of that as I was watching it.
But they told you nobody cared, so you can't have moments of wonder when nobody cares anymore.
I think it was. I don't know if it was
They're
just
making
being,
us care.
Yeah, kinda. Like we've talked
Yeah.
about that a couple times, where it's like they want us to care, so you get that forced nostalgia.
Okay. But the whole premise of this, okay, listen, people go to the zoo and they look at groundhogs at an exhibit. If dinosaurs existed, I don't care. No one would be sick of them. People go
And
to the zoo
maybe
and
it
look
wouldn't
at
be as popular as it was, but like little kids will always love dinosaurs.
Right. Yeah.
That's just.
I also
But
think
zoos exist. The point is,
Yeah.
if they brought back dinosaurs, something that if you're going to go to the zoo and look at a tiger, you're looking at even like a rabbit or look at a whatever, the smaller exhibits, and look at birds. So people are going to care about dinosaurs. I don't care what the premise
they
is.
try to make it sound like that because dinosaurs became so commonplace and just walking around New York City that people are like, nah, fuck off. Like, I don't care.
If you saw
But
an elephant, if you saw a giraffe, would you be like, those have been around for
if I saw even if they're
a
saying
deer?
that,
I'll
like,
see a deer and I'm like, cool.
yeah, whoa, check that
I mean,
out.
a dinosaur.
Even though
It's just-
deers have become like squirrels around
Yeah,
here.
but
You're
it's
still
like-
like, oh, a deer.
But
Yeah.
right, and like, no, I'm just telling you right now, no, dinosaurs would never get to the point where they're just like, hey, get out of my
Dumb.
way. I get what they're trying to say, but they would never get to that point where they're just like
No.
a squirrel.
I
It's just-
would-
I just want to back up real quick
Yeah.
to talk about Henry
Yeah,
Mancini.
yeah.
Of course.
Henry Mancini, he had scores from movies
Yeah.
that actually charted
oh, really?
on the pop charts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like that, so it's like not to take away from John Williams, but like, and I know that we live
Different
in a,
time, though,
It was a
where
different time.
people used to
but
listen
like,
to scores
but like,
like that.
Moon River, Days of Wine and Roses, Charade, Pink Panther theme.
Okay.
He did the theme to Hawaii, which got to number 6. Love theme from Romeo and Juliet,
But not Hawaii 5.
Love theme from Love Story, which got to number 2.
Okay.
There's and like there's he has written songs like Baby Elephant Walk
Yeah.
that you would think have just always existed.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
That's a
oh,
good point.
Like,
Yeah.
and he wrote the theme to What's Happening.
Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong with
Can't
that.
go wrong.
Oh, for sure. And I'm not trying to take anything away from. I just think in pop culture, especially in 2025, John Williams has had a bigger impact.
When you
on,
combined Williams and Spielberg, like E.T.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like you were going to get, and I will say, I did have a moment of giddiness and nostalgia when I saw that Amblin logo. I don't remember the last time I've seen the Amblin logo.
There's a show you can watch on Netflix that has 5 seasons, and it's called Jurassic Park Camp Cretaceous. And there's a new show called Jurassic Park Chaos Theory, which is a sequel to that, and has 2 seasons. The third's coming out in October. You can see the Amblin logo before that in every episode.
Oh, really?
And it's great.
But that's
like
the thing
that
is,
is
like,
those animated shows on Netflix are so much better than this stuff. This is 3 misses in a row for this franchise.
You mean
of bad movies?
The two Chris Pratt ones,
Yeah,
and then this
3
one.
in a row.
Yeah. Okay.
Jurassic Park, The Lost World, Jurassic World are good movies.
I
3 now retroactively is way better than the new it like that movie was bad when it came out, but now you watch and you're like, oh, that's a Jurassic Park movie, actually. But yeah,
this one got elevated because for me, because the dinosaur stuff was so cool.
It's so good.
It's so good.
It is, and when you get the river adventure, you get the ride is based on a part of the book that got cut out,
and that's
they've
what
never
this
done
is.
it on film, and they recreated that, and it's incredible. It's so fun.
Didn't
It's so exciting.
Didn't they replace the ride? Isn't the ride now
Not
the
in Florida
Oh,
yet, at least.
okay.
No,
okay.
and those are different. So in LA, they changed their ride to Jurassic World instead of Park.
But what's the Velocicoaster?
That's just
a
new
roller
ride.
coaster?
This is a roller coaster.
Okay.
But the water ride is still, for now at least, the river adventure at
Which apparently was made, like they were going to do that before the movie. Like the idea for Jurassic
It's
Park
in the book, so they got it.
They were going to put the ride at Universal before they had started. The only reason I know this is because they showed like the making of the ride.
Oh,
on
okay.
the thing.
I mean,
like,
you got it, but those rides can take a long time to create. So I'm sure they had to kind of work hand in hand to do that.
I'll never forgive Universal Studios for
getting rid of Back to the Future
and Jaws.
I get getting rid of Jaws.
No, they should have waited
That
until
shark
I finally
didn't work 9 times out of 10.
Neither did in the movie either.
Right. I mean, but
that's why we got the movie.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But like, so we went 4 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, yes, finally. And I was like, the fuck Simpsons. Oh, I don't want.
We were about 10 years too
I
late.
know.
You
I
didn't
was
know?
super. I had no idea. No, I
It's
don't
a
pay
good
attention.
re-theme though.
It's totally
It's really
fine.
fun.
It's totally
yeah.
fine.
Don't
but
It
worry,
it's
makes
not,
you sick, but
It'll
it's fun.
it'll be gone soon.
Yeah, probably.
Disney
No,
owns The
oh,
Simpsons, so
Disney's-
they're not.
Oh,
gonna-
they do, don't
They're
they?
not re-signing the agreement because they're gonna
Disney World.
pull Simpsons into Disney World.
My God,
right.
That's
they
going to
didn't
be
spend
insane.
$80 billion on Fox for nothing.
I do wonder. I've always wondered this. So you can't have the Marvel characters in Disney in Florida. So I do wonder how long that's going to last until Disney's like, hey, no, we own those
It's in
characters.
perpetuity. The deal they signed.
Oh,
from
is
what
that
I-
what it is?
Is that Universal has rights to those characters, theme park rights
Theme-
to those
yeah,
characters
yeah.
west of the Mississippi in perpetuity.
Wait
Wow.
until they make a documentary about the Marvel area of their theme park. It's a 1.5
my
hour
God.
documentary with action.
Guys wearing, costumes from Spirit Halloween
Yeah.
store.
But let's talk about the opening, the cold open of this movie, right? This is where I mean, they lost me at this part of how
Oh, really?
stupid. Yes. Okay, so they're at a facility. This is 17 years before this movie takes place, something
Yeah.
like that.
The time on this movie is so confusing.
Makes no sense.
Because they're like, this takes place 5 years after the last movie, which was 37 years before the first
And
movie.
17
and
years
now
ago,
we're
here's a
going back
flashback.
17 years. 17 years from the first or the second?
It was a really weird.
Yeah.
But okay, so it opens in this facility, and so it's like it's all locked down. You've got people in their suits, right? Their hazard suits, and you have security protocols, and you got to put your key in and turn it at the same time, and blah blah blah, this, that, and the other. So in this very professional, very secure, high-end, restricted access, blah blah
yeah.
blah, you have a doofus eating a Snickers bar, and then he
Schlubby
throws it
McSchlubbles.
on the ground.
Weirdest product placement ever.
Very
Yeah.
weird.
You
And then
caused it all.
And then the Snickers wrapper flits around like the
bag, in
like
American Beauty.
I was gonna say like the feather in Forrest
Yeah.
Gump.
Yeah, right.
and so then an air exhaust.
Oh, it's
vent
like a vent. Yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
it took.
sucks it up, and then it shorts out, and the door is left cracked open. Okay, I'll give you that. You burnt out the motor of the door. Cool. Hey,
Here's-
guess what? Shut down security for the facility.
Here's a better cold open
Okay,
for
please.
this to just all melt down,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's 2025.
Mm-hmm.
They're all working along, doing dinosaur stuff. They're about to cure cancer with dinosaurs,
Uh-huh.
right? Doge comes in and shuts it all down.
It's not. It's
Wow,
not far.
how did you think of this idea, Tom?
It's not far from what would have happened. They're like, oh, you're spending too much.
I think
Shut
Tom
it
is-
down.
I think Tom is pulling directly from a news article.
I'm like Law and Order over here, ripped from today's headline.
But please,
based on a true state.
in a
case.
facility that is ultra secure with highly dangerous monsters with numerous security protocols, you think that if one door, it's like, oh, can't close this door.
Shut
I
it
better
all da-
reboot
shut it
the
all
entire.
down.
You've lost me. That is some of the worst writing
Yeah.
I've ever.
It was
seen
a little
in a movie.
I agree with you.
Ever.
Like
I mean-
if the wrapper gets sucked into the door and it jams the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
I can accept
right.
that.
No, that's fine.
No.
It does not work like
it's
that.
it's
in your
like
facility.
it's like a hacker sent a bug in and was like,
Yeah.
shut it all down.
Give me one other reason why it all reset or whatever. Fine. But no,
I
that's
gave
so
you
stupid.
another reason. My reason is genius.
So they lost me there. I think that's so stupid. Stupid by stupid action movie standards.
Mm-hmm.
It's just stupid. It doesn't work like that.
I think because these movies came out when I was in my early 20s,
Yeah.
I don't have the same degree of affection for them. Like I saw Jurassic Park and I was like, this is fine. In my opinion, it was always Spielberg slumming it.
man.
Interesting.
It was because he only made Jurassic Park so he could make Schindler's List.
Right.
But he was coming off of Hook, right?
Maybe
Hook
that's
Hook
the
is
order.
what, 91?
Yeah.
I tried
And
to
Jurassic
block
Park
it
is
from my
93?
memory 'cause
Yeah.
it's so bad.
So I mean,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
like he needed a hit.
But like, but it was also like it was kind of beneath him at this point. And so-
Interesting.
but
He
even
went all in on it,
even
though.
him kind of phoning it in, it's still Spielberg. So
Yeah,
it's
right,
great,
right.
But it ends up being a timeless movie that
Yeah.
today looks incredible.
It does
and like
look great, yeah.
everything he did with it. And so I don't know. I think the first one has so much to say. I mean, you've got Michael Crichton. Michael Crichton has written so many books that actually have meaning. You know, he's talking about things he cares about in the future and healthcare and all that stuff.
Lots of science in those books.
Yeah, lots of science. But like so here you have a guy that actually has things to say. It's a study of human nature. It's a great character study with all the different people you get with the
I think it's more about the hubris of man, right?
Oh, sure,
Yeah,
of course.
like
No, I mean that's sure. It always is, and it always comes back to that.
I think we need to take a moment to acknowledge the fact that Joe just said hubris.
I can throw some stuff out there every once in a while.
853 episodes later. So the opening's stupid by stupid standards. It's just very, very dumb.
And I guess what I'm saying is I've never expected these movies to be all that.
That's
great.
kind of where I'm
and
at.
So
Not great, but like
my takeaway from the opening scene was, oh, dinosaurs are scary again.
yes,
And like
that's how I felt.
I
And-
really like that this kind of
Yeah.
had the vibe of a horror movie.
Yeah.
The way that it's
yeah.
filmed, the way with the red lights and the smoke and the hand coming out.
Yeah.
Gareth Edwards, again, he knows how to direct a movie.
Yeah.
It looks great. I just think they could have given you so many different reasons. I think it's very stupid that it happened like that, but whatever. It happens. Dinosaurs are out on this island. That is
so this is what I will say.
Yeah.
And I say this with all due respect.
Yeah.
My ex mother-in-law would say things like, "What was the one thing?" Oh, never mind. But there was she had this phrase where it was kind of like, "Oh, you're talking, but like you're trying to be nice about it." Like, "Oh, I say this in a loving way." That's what it is. I say this in a loving.
Yeah.
I think you hold these movies to a very high standard, which I understand.
I do, just because
So-
Jurassic Park is incredible.
Here's how I look at these movies.
I hear you.
I look at these movies like the monster movies that came out in the 40s and 50s, where like the
Like
first,
a million years
like
BC
the
or whatever.
first one is a cinematic classic,
Yeah.
like King Kong,
Yeah.
Right.
and then the rest are just dog cash-ins.
And
and some of them are better than others.
Yeah.
And this even like keeps that alive in the sense that like they don't have numbers in the title. So
Right.
like you never know, like if you were 12 and you came across Jurassic whatever today, you would have to put serious effort
Yeah.
into figuring out which order to watch
right,
in.
right.
Right, and like that's how monster movies used to
Yeah.
be.
Abbott and
I'm like,
Costello meet
do-
Frankenstein.
Do I watch Mighty Kong or Son of Kong? And then like you never
Well,
know.
even the Godzilla movies, it's like Godzilla versus
Right.
Mechagodzilla, Godzilla versus
right.
blah blah blah.
Like like which order did those come out in? Who knows?
Don't know.
Like I know Godzilla was first. After that, I
It's
got
all
nothing.
the same.
I got
yeah.
nothing.
But I
And
like.
I
guess,
the only reason I say that is because for me,
yeah.
I was 11
Mm-hmm.
when I saw the first Jurassic Park, and I thought it was great. Right? I think that scene of the kids in the cab is terrifying.
Yeah.
Like to this day,
There's so
it
many
is
horror
so
movies.
scary.
The horror movie, the kitchen scene with the raptors.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. But I have kind of the same idea as Tom, where it's like the first one is a Steven, and I know he directed 2 and 3,
Two.
right? He did
Joe
not.
Johnson
Joe
was 3.
Johnson did the Captain America,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and the Rocketeer,
Mm-hmm.
and the Wolfman.
Mm.
Wait, not all winners. So you expect from Steven Spielberg a level of filmmaking.
Mm-hmm.
You get as you're going forward, right? And this isn't a dig on anybody else, but it's like Colin Trevorrow,
Mm-hmm.
who also tanked his career, kind of. Like, what happened to that guy?
And Book of Henry was a huge flop, and that
Is that
really
what
set
that was
him-
the
it
one
Book
that
of
was
Henry,
like
yeah.
goodbye? And then there was another guy in the middle there, right? There was the guy that did 2 and like Dominion and
Fede Alvarez,
Fede Alvarez.
believe.
No way.
wasn't it?
The Evil Dead guy?
I think
For
'cause
which
it's
one?
horror. The second one is horror in the house.
The
Haunted house
Dominion,
movie.
the Jurassic World Dominion.
No, that's the third movie. You're talking about Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah,
in the haunted
Colin
house.
Trevorrow.
Fallen Kingdom? No, Fallen Kingdom. is-
Dominion.
yeah, that's the third one. He's talking about the second one.
Oh, Fallen
Fallen
Kingdom.
Kingdom.
That's wild.
J.A. Boyano.
I was like, there's no way.
He did a horror movie too, though. I was thinking it's a horror.
Yeah.
He did The Orphanage.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
A Monster Calls, which is kind of whimsical, I guess. I don't know, whatever.
I guess I feel like the first one is, you can take that first one and you kind of just set it aside because it is.
But okay, I get it. They can't all be. The first one's
This is Kevin's Monster Squad.
no,
That's
Jurassic.
Well,
No.
it's way better. If it's his Monster Squad, he picked a better one.
Someone liking Jurassic Park, I don't think is a far stretch.
I
right?
mean the franchise in general.
No, I don't
Monster
like the franchise
Squad's
in general.
Monster Squad is not a franchise.
But no,
damn it, not yet.
I want to like the franchise. The first one is a marvel of filmmaking. It is
I agree.
A action movie masterpiece, summer blockbuster. It is incredible. It holds up today. And I know that these sequels go this route, but I don't think they have to. I keep waiting for one that could be as good.
You hold all of these to the standard of the first one.
I would just like another one that is a really good movie, right? And it's like they just can't do it. And I've come to the point where I think I just give up. Like I don't think they can do it anymore. Like I know they can, like someone can, but like they're not going to do it. I think
this one, we've said this before, where like sometimes movies like this, like at their base, they've got it. Like it's here.
Yeah.
I just watched an interview with Danielle Harris, who played Jamie Lloyd in Halloween 4 and 5, and then she played Annie Brackett in the Rob Zombie stuff. And she's talking about how what you see in like the Halloween 2 is not what Rob wrote. Like he's getting notes and they're making him change all kinds of stuff. So like, I think sometimes they're like this one, maybe when they get the script, it's like, hey, yeah, like we've got it. And then you start filming and then you've got, like you said, you've got
people. They turned this around in less than a year and a half.
That's insane to me.
It's so rushed.
Yeah. Why?
They got, Gareth Edwards came in as the director, I think he said in February or March of 24.
That's insane.
Like the pre-production to production.
James Gunn was making
script.
Superman for like 2 years.
Right. Like they rushed this movie, and which is why I think it didn't feel real. Like it was kind of surreal. When I went to the theater, I go, I can't believe a new Jurassic Park movie's out. This doesn't feel real. And I think it's because there was no hype to build it up. It was literally they announced it and it was out.
Do you think it's because Universal didn't have anything this summer?
I think
and they were just like, we got to get something.
Well, they probably rushed it because Fast and Furious has been having so much trouble getting that last one out.
And you know what? There's your answer. At this point, I've given up so hard. I'm like, bring in Fast and Furious and dinosaurs. Do it. You got to do it.
Did you see Vin Diesel?
No.
Speaking of dinosaurs.
Yeah. Vin Diesel maybe like needs to be put out to pasture. He has blown up.
Oh, really?
He is Chunky McGillicuddy.
I told you that he was looking old when I saw on Instagram or whatever, when it looked like he had like swollen.
He looks swollen, all right.
Well, he's probably
like a puffer
He's
fish.
probably gaining. He's probably taking the whole. He's probably.
I didn't even
before
think
the movie. You know what I mean? He's gaining his weight so he can cut it.
I do remember
because he wants to look as big as, even though he won't be. He
do
wants
you
to
remember
look like The Rock.
when they released? So Christian Bale had been cast as Batman.
And I hope they don't put you out to pasture for gaining a little bit of weight.
Well, I mean, like
being
being
they
the.
do. I'd have been gone a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like when they cast, so Christian Bale had been cast as Batman. He was announced, and then he was at like a red carpet or something.
The Machinist?
But no, it was like, so he was bulking to be Batman, and he was Chubbs.
Okay.
And everybody's like, what are they doing?
He's gonna do like an Adam West Batman.
Yeah.
But didn't he do the Machinist right before Batman?
He did.
It was like, how?
He was like
How could
80
he be-
pounds or something.
Oh my
like it was
God.
it was sickening.
That guy.
But then he had ballooned up.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, oh my God. And then you
But
see
he
him
had
in
to cut.
and you see him
Yeah.
in Batman, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's what he was trying to do.
But anyway, so basically, there's this island with monster hybrid mutation.
This is the script we've always heard about. This is the
no, not yet.
Oh, really?
Well, those are human dinosaur hybrids. Was supposed to be like Jurassic Park 4. That was their idea.
Oh, I thought.
And I think we're one click away from
but
that.
in
The idea
what's the one where Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard have the kid? Which
well, in
one's
the
that?
second one they rescue her from the haunted mansion, and the third one they raise her.
So, but she's a clone.
She's a clone
of
Spoilers.
the other woman that gave birth to her.
Yes, the
right?
mother gave birth to herself, to her clone.
That's Great. The fact that that's in a movie.
Hey,
It's
man.
not dinosaurs.
Hey,
It's
hey,
these
hey,
locusts.
hey, somebody's gonna listen to this like 40 years from now, and you're gonna get canceled.
Yeah.
because
You know what? If
they'll
I'm
be
still
giving-
because
around,
everyone will be giving birth to their clones
To their
via
own
IVF,
clones,
and
yeah,
now
right.
we're hate mongers.
Look, man,
so
I'll be-
I'm here from the future telling you to calm down.
I'll be 83 at that point. Don't care.
You won't care when you've only lived
I
1/3
guess-
of your expected life.
Like, by the way,
expectancy, and it's cut short 'cause you're in jail.
yeah, you could.
By
now,
then,
let's-
we'll all be wearing red hats and voting for
Oh,
Barron
yeah.
Trump.
We'll
the
have-
fourth.
we'll have chips in the back of our head, and
Oh jeez. So anyway,
Well,
so you've
like-
got Monster Hybrid Island, and the whole point is that now, in 17 years in the future, minus a year from today, they want to cure diseases because
But
the
okay,
dinosaur.
but wasn't this plot point of the genetically hybrid dinosaurs? Wasn't that in the other movies? Like, wasn't BD Wong like trying to do that?
Oh
in
sure, the Indominus Rex in Jurassic World is a hybrid.
Okay.
I mean, they've been crossed. Right, and so this is
because
where
they wanted
they're-
to make bigger and better attractions.
Yes, this is where they put their. And again, let's talk about the masterful writing here. Because they want to keep them on their balance sheets, they won't kill them. Not that you could just, lose track of a few dinosaurs, but for their balance sheets, they want to keep them alive. So they relegated them to Mutant Hybrid Dinosaur Island. That's what it is. That's the
island of
explanation.
Dr.
They
Moreau.
couldn't kill them because they spent so much. So they got to keep them as write-offs, depreciating or so. It's like, come on, that's so.
I mean,
stupid.
after what we've seen about write-offs.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know.
well, yeah, but see,
I guess
Zas-
wait.
he-
I
they
guess
would have
wait.
taken them all at
Zaslav
once. They would have.
burned them alive.
They would.
Zaslovosaurus.
So anyway, so the whole point is that Rupert Friend is like, I want to sell this to the medical industry. I want to make trillions of dollars.
He's the lawyer from the first movie. He's the same character.
Essentially, this is
Yeah.
there always has to be, again, the hubris of man. It's someone trying to
Don't steal
exploit
that.
these
Don't take that
animals.
away from me.
I thought I coined that. So anyway, he comes to Scarlett Johansson, who apparently is a big badass mercenary that, so
Killed her partner. Apparently.
he died on a job that she didn't kill her partner.
The way they set that up, where she's like, he died on a job. I was like, did you kill him? I'm like, what are you?
Now hold on, there might be a more interesting movie in there somewhere. So he goes to her and she's like, okay, because they have larger hearts, they somehow
There's some dinosaur dino DNA.
Yeah, dino DNA. A quote from the first movie. That's another thing too. I'm waiting for another movie that is so quotable. It's the first one's so well written with things, right? Dino DNA, and just because they thought your scientists could, they didn't think of whether or not they should, right? And welcome to Jurassic Park, and just it's
There's
so,
a lot.
hold on to your butts, right?
I
Think we're
gotta-
back in the car again. I mean,
I
you
say
could just
that-
quote it,
To this day,
right?
hold on to your butts is something that I say all the time.
It's a Unix system. but no, the first one's so quotable.
I hate this hacker.
Right. Tell me one line from this movie. I mean, they just can't create a movie that's quotable.
I don't know that you. I don't know that you need to be quotable, but I also
But
think
in a really good movie,
But like a lot of those quotes you guys just rattled off aren't that good. And the reason that they hold up is because the movie is so much
Right,
fun.
yeah, right.
And you've
Yeah,
watched
yeah.
it over and over again that these start to like hit in different ways.
Yeah.
Because you've watched the movie so many times because it's good in
Right.
the first place. So
hold on to your butts.
But yeah,
Sam Jackson.
they smell. Kids don't smell. Babies smell. It's just so quotable. But anyway, but this movie doesn't have any of that, which sucks. So they say you got to go to the island, and we got to get DNA samples from 3 animals. They're in sea. They're in the land.
Yeah, I was like,
they're in the sky.
They filled one with dino jizz.
Hold on.
That
what?
one. That
Okay,
one.
pardon me.
That one in the egg. When he's extracting that fluid, I was like, that looks like a thing of
Have
jizz.
you ever seen an egg with the yolk?
I have.
I mean, I think that's
I'm
just like
standing-
embryonic
I'm sta-
fluid or whatever.
I'm standing by what I'm saying. The other two
Okay.
were full of blood, and this one
he's
is
just
like.
it's just egg whites. He's worried about people's cholesterol.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There was no yolk. You'll
There
notice
was, there
all
was
the
no
egg
there was
white.
no yolk. That is true.
So they have
That was
to,
one of Kevin's big complaints. The
I will-
screenplay needs more yolks.
more yolks. Yeah. I feel like in the first one, everybody has a purpose, right?
Yeah.
And they don't kill anyone that is integral to the plot.
Oh, the team in this
I
movie
feel like
is the
this
biggest
one is
bunch
like,
of red shirts
yes,
you've ever seen.
That's exactly how I was like, you're all good.
fodder number one.
I couldn't tell you one thing about. How about the French captain of the boat or whatever who only speaks French,
but
listens to English,
but understands English,
but understands it, but will never say it, and they all know French.
I think Marshall Ali knows French.
Okay, but he's talking to other. I feel like he's speaking French. They're speaking English. They all understand each other. Why?
Don't worry, he gets gobbled up by a pterodactyl.
Okay. There's another woman on the ship.
No less.
No, it's on.
You see the aftermath. He's hanging out of the
yeah.
pterodactyl's mouth.
That's a cool.
But you don't see the pterodactyl.
Yes,
actually.
correct.
And that was a great moment. Again, Gareth Edwards gets the horror moments, right? Where you're like,
There's
oh, God, this
lot-
guy's behind. Did he get him? Oh, yeah, he's in his.
There's a lot
mouth.
of really good things going on behind the characters. I do appreciate two things from this. I enjoyed this movie over. I gave it like a B- is where I was at.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
B-.
Yeah, I would give it a B.
There's so much fun dinosaur stuff.
That's where I'm at.
So good, but
Yeah.
Is like it did what I wanted it to do.
Okay, wow.
I don't need it to be Jurassic Park.
I want it to be good.
I did, but like
I
don't
want to
need.
stay awake.
Yeah.
I see so many of these summer blockbusters to me that are just so boring.
But I thought the character stuff was a snooze
Yeah,
fest
but
in this.
it was. But like once they get to dinosaurs,
I'm in.
They
You're
hit
like
you enough
that-
to keep you.
That
Yeah.
scene where the kids taking the leak, and the raptors kind of like move in behind him. I was like, this is spooky. Like they're moving slowly,
sure.
and then
Okay, that guy. Let's talk about the boyfriend. That guy is
so.
he should have been eaten. I mean, you set up a character like
It's
that.
tough,
He's the
though.
lawyer to get eaten.
he's a head fake.
He is head fake, but he has, he throws these moments when the daughter goes overboard. He doesn't hesitate for a second. He grabs the thing, jumps off the back, and goes to get her. So, like, they do give him these moments where you're like, oh, okay, like you're not a total,
But he acts like a
whole-
tool for so long, and then I get that he went overboard, but then he acts like a tool after that. And
I don't think that he does though, because when the dad is sleeping with the two, actually, if you've never seen The Lincoln Lawyer on Netflix, that's what the dad is from.
Yeah.
It's very, if you like
Lincoln
that,
Lawyer's really good.
yeah, the movie with McConaughey is really good,
Yeah.
but the show is also very good.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I haven't seen the show. I liked the movie.
So he plays the Matthew McConaughey character.
Oh, he's the main character.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
When he's sitting down with the girls and the kid's like, hey, I got it. And is like, there is a turn for him.
It's too quick. It's too abrupt. There's something
I
missing
agree.
in editing. There's a scene cut out because the kid's a tool the whole time. Yes, he rescues the daughter, which I know is a sign of like, oh, maybe he's a better person. And then
but
he goes
even,
back
but even
to,
when the dad says, hey, I saw what you did. I appreciate what you did. Respect. And he was like,
yeah.
and I was like,
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't
What?
make he's still a tool. He goes back to being a tool, and then on the next scene he's like, I got this. I'm gonna stand watch. You guys go ahead. Whatever. Like his character growth. There's something missing in the middle.
yeah,
I mean,
I don't disagree.
it doesn't work right. It's either really bad writing or they edited something in the middle out. But like there were glimpses of it, and okay, he could have a redemption. But then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, he's great.
Yeah. And then he's like
There
he's
was
part of the team.
It was really weird. The writing was really bad.
I did
and
think he was
weird.
going to get eaten, though.
Well, yeah, that's what he's there for. Because when you make a character so unlikable, they made the lawyer get eaten,
Yeah.
which was a choice that's different
They
than
made
the
the
book.
lawyer get eaten this one, too.
But you know what I mean? They give you that character, so I thought that was kind of dumb. But anyway, so they assemble their team. They go and they get I said his name earlier, Jonathan Bailey from Wicked, who's in Bridgerton. He is.
He's getting tossed around for James Bond.
Oh, really? I heard a rumor they want Tom Holland, and if
That
he's Bond,
sounds awful.
no.
Well, supposedly they want to start with a Bond who's very young.
Well, he's got that going for him.
I think
Teenage Bond.
that
okay.
is a huge mistake.
I think it just ruins. Yeah.
I think they want to build a shared universe,
Yeah.
and you're going to get a James Bond origin story, and then you're going to get a Q spinoff and a Money Penny miniseries.
100%.
and-
Yeah,
There's nothing about Tom Holland that says James Bond.
No.
Spider-Man? Great.
100%.
Great.
Yeah.
He's just not Jude Law is James Bond or something. You know what I mean? It's just like there's
I
a
could see
certain
that.
there's a certain look. Henry Cavill's James
Henry
Bond.
Cavill should be James Bond.
There's just a look to James Bond, and I don't think young Tom Holland, who you laugh at when he has a mustache.
Yeah.
I like Tom Holland in his thing that he does. Right?
I'm
His
interested to
young-
see. So I did get the trailer for the Odyssey, which,
Man, yeah, I saw him in that too. Before dressed.
but I
and
do,
I'm like,
I do think that he might work in.
You think so?
In that role, in that
Okay.
world where he's not, he's like, who's the main character of the Odyssey?
Homer?
That's what I right?
No, that's who.
No,
wrote
it's
it.
Homer's
wrote it.
Odyssey.
Homer's Odyssey.
That's who wrote it.
Odysseus? Is
Yeah.
Odysseus? I think he's Odysseus' son.
Okay. Isn't Matt,
Matt
Damon
is
the guy,
is
right?
the lead.
Is him.
That
Yeah.
cast looks
Oh, it's stacked.
yeah. And talk about an event movie.
Oh, yeah.
Like that is going to be
Yeah,
on a
that's gonna be
different
cool.
level.
But
Just
anyway,
like
okay, so Jonathan Bailey, who's he's good. I mean, I like him. I don't think they give much to do here. I did think he's one of the more entertaining of the new characters. Like I'd
Yeah.
rather watch him than Scarlett or Mahershala Ali's characters who are just so bland.
he's the Alan Grant of this movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. He dressed up like Alan Grant at the premiere red
Oh, did
carpet,
he
which I
really?
thought was cool. He was wearing like the outfit and the hat and everything.
Sam Neill's like, hey, don't do that.
That's my look.
That's my look.
But anyway, so they get him. So he's the scientist, and then she enlists Mahershala Ali, who's like gun runner, smuggler.
I did like the
whatever.
little. Again, I think if it's Chris Pratt and Mahershala Ali doing this,
Where they run up the bill on
they
them.
run up and the guy's like,
We already ran that.
Well, and I thought that's a good line.
I thought that's another example of a scene that was funny on paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she just didn't have
It
the
didn't work.
comedic chops to pull it off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's not like I don't like Scarlett Johansson, but she's just wrong for this movie. It's
You
something
know,
just isn't working in this.
I think
don't-
about her as Black Widow, and there is a
she was
whatever-
badass in Black
whatever
Widow.
she had.
She hardly talks.
Right,
but she was awesome.
she was great,
Because she was hardly talking.
but yeah, I
But
mean,
she's a good actress. She's won awards. Like,
yeah, I mean,
I
she's
think-
been in stuff that she's been
Yeah.
really
A
good.
Marriage Story, I think, is
oh sure, yeah.
incredible.
She's a really good actor. We know that.
She's just not.
It's maybe just not this type of movie. Like maybe she just. I don't know. I don't know what
Maybe
it
this is
It's-
Jennifer Lawrence.
I can see Jennifer
You know,
Lawrence being
like-
a smart ass, hard ass. She can do that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what it was, but anyway. So they get him together, and then he brings his group of red shirts.
He brings his Deadpool villain guy.
Oh yeah, that dude. What that talk about falling off the face of the earth? I mean, he was the villain in Deadpool.
Yeah.
And now he's a red shirt.
And barely
Died in
you know.
5-10 minutes into the
Yeah,
thing.
right.
It's bizarre to get the, I mean, usually you don't take that role once you're like a big bad and a
Right.
You know,
bigger-
I think I do think about what was the man? There was a movie with Steven Seagal and good lord, my brain just totally basically where Kurt Russell, where
Oh, you couldn't think of Kurt.
What is
I know.
You
happening?
need to go get checked
I
out.
need to go,
yeah.
go to bed is what I need to do. Where like they're on I think Steven Seagal was like the number 2 on the poster, and they kill him in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
And people are just like, now it's just Kurt Russell. Like there's Steven Seagal. So it's like sometimes
interesting.
they do that.
But that's like stunt casting's different than like
Yeah, killing
Yeah,
Drew
because
Barrymore.
he's not a stunt.
He's not big enough to be
No.
stunt
Yeah.
casted.
It's just a weird
Yeah.
to take that role. I mean, I guess if you're like, I can be in a Jurassic World movie, maybe that's it. It's
I'll
just-
take that paycheck.
It's weird, and we don't know his name. He's obviously not that big,
Nope.
but he's bad guy from
Deadpool.
Deadpool. But
Yeah.
anyway, that was kind of weird. But anyway, so it brings us team of red shirts, and the first thing is, I guess that's the Mosasaurus. It's one of those
Yeah,
type of big
It's in the
whale
water.
dinosaur.
We should
looking
say that
creatures.
like this, we've got this family. They're out on this boat, and their boat gets capsized by this dinosaur.
Which is a great scene.
It is a great scene.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very Jaws-esque,
Mm-hmm.
where the Jaws 2 actually, I guess.
We'll talk about Jaws-esque when you get to Scarlet and her harpoon gun.
Yeah.
Except for, okay, your target is like 3 times larger than a whale, and it's just swimming next to you.
And you
Take
can't,
the shot. What are you
and you have to be
doing?
10 meters away.
What are you doing?
I guess they're saying that like the hide
pierce the
hide is
skin,
so
yeah.
thick.
But is she supposed to be so good?
It's
Like,
not
what-
about her though.
It's about the power of the
the gun
Yeah.
getting the needle through the hide.
Oh,
of the-
okay. But it's just weird. She hung on getting the shot so long, and I guess maybe she was waiting for it to get a little bit closer. But I don't know. The whole
Yeah.
thing was just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, so they capsize this boat, and now our other team, our stories converge, and
They rescue
they're all
them.
together, and now they there's another attack.
They're like, we have a pit stop.
Yeah.
And so they're tracking this
I do think it's
mosasaur.
hilarious that that everybody's like, the family, and even Scarlett Johansson's like, no, let's get these people off the boat, and I'd be like, no.
Yeah.
Like we're going to this
They're on a
island. Like
mission,
we're
yeah.
it's right here.
It's very weird. And also, like, her and Mahershala Ali are the mercenaries with a heart of gold.
Yeah.
Like, the characters are very weird. Why
Yeah.
do they care so much? Like, they'd be like, okay, we're getting paid $15 million. Like, this is the
I'm
mission.
getting paid $150 million.
Okay, but we'll drop them off right after the like, I don't know. It's just
our target's right there.
it's very weird how they're like, let's save these innocent people. It's like, no, let
well,
them
I
sit
guess
on the boat.
they do say that Mahershala Ali lost a son.
Yeah.
So he does get mad at the dad, where he's like, "What are you doing with these kids out in the
They
boat?"
tried to do something with that
It
exposition
did not last.
and
It did not last long. That's
But anyway, so they get the mosasaur or whatever. It's a big action scene. I mean, the action of it's good. She falls off and she's tethered on, and it's biting at her, and they're trying to pull her up. I mean, it's a big action-packed sequence. She finally shoots the thing with the harpoon needle, and what it does is it draws the blood up, and then it like fires like a little drone thing with a parachute, and then they can catch it. Okay, him catching it on a moving boat.
it's impressive. It's a hell of a catch.
That's a really good parachute.
Yeah, I don't.
Normally, you got to be a CEO to get that golden on a parachute.
Yeah, stuff like that. I'm just like, oh, this is
I see.
so
Like
dumb.
I didn't even care. I was literally like, "That's a good catch."
Yeah, I'm like,
well done.
Because where I was at, I was like, look, this story is really bad.
Yeah.
And what I don't need is 10 minutes of them looking for
For
the
this
vial
thing?
and
Yeah,
the parachute.
yeah,
for
So,
sure.
like,
Totally agree.
Yeah, it landed on the boat, and I get to move on to the next dinosaur scene.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Amen.
Just
Yes.
pointing out, there's some really dumb stuff in
Oh,
this movie.
absolutely.
But they get that, and then what is the next one?
So basically,
Oh,
they get bumped by the boat or by the thing. Oh,
this
the
is cool. No,
the
Spinosaurus. So this
Yeah.
one's from Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's a really cool, big, scary monster dinosaur, right? And so now there's like dozens of Spinosauruses.
And basically, the Spinosaurus leads these the bigger.
They're
thing.
hunting for the mosasaur,
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah.
And so they surround the boat. And what do they do to it that makes it can't stop? They're going to crash.
No, they can stop. Mahershala Ali is trying to get it into shallow waters,
Yeah.
so that they can't chase it. But he's going so fast that he can't stop it. So he just like ramps
Okay.
it up the beach, and then
And when it landed, I'm like, oh, that's not bad. It could have been a lot worse.
Could have been a
Kinda
lot
just
worse.
Goes right up on a little parking spot.
Works
and-
perfectly.
Yeah. So anyway, and I thought this was pretty cool though. This is where the first of the red shirts gets it.
this is a very good
Horror scene.
Horror
It's
scene,
happening,
yeah.
and the background
you
is
see
kind
the
of blurred out.
Spinosaurus kind of come up from behind this gal.
Yeah.
as she's trying to move.
Well, it
this.
wakes up. It's like sleeping on the beach. It gets up, and meanwhile, she's like pulling this package along or trying to get into this package that washed up that they threw off the boat. And in the background, you just see it coming. Nope, it yanks her as she's
Well,
holding.
it's actually a really smart scene because Gareth Edwards obviously did the first Godzilla. A lot of that Godzilla is at night for a reason. Like they're trying to hide stuff.
Sure.
So he's hiding stuff here too. So the whole scene is like you see the girl, the camera is facing this package. The girl is behind
Whoa,
hey,
this is a family movie.
Sorry. The girl is like you can see her head like above the package, and then all of a sudden she's gone.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, yeah, and then you see like blood in the water, and the guy picks up
Yeah.
the handkerchief, and it's covered.
But
in
like
blood.
all their equipment and stuff, they threw off the boat with like this life preserver type bundle of stuff. So like they have two of them. Well, now it's taken one of their
Gone.
two supplies. So they're left with this. So they get onto the island.
and basically, it's
Their next thing is
our team has
flying-
separated again, right? So you've got the family doing like following the InGen.
it's a rehash of the first
It's
one. They're trying to
exactly
give
the
you Grant
rehash.
with the kids.
Yes.
And they're giving you the scientists. Now it's the
Right.
mercenaries and the
Grant with the
family.
kids.
Yeah,
It's the
it
same
just
thing.
doesn't work the same way.
No, it does not at all.
Cap is trying
but-
to do the greatest hits thing.
Yeah, he's like, hey, that worked for me the first time.
Yeah.
Can I just redo that? But I think once we get to the island and we're getting into the Tom is exactly right. The dinosaur stuff is fantastic. It's so good.
I do miss practical effects.
I just
Was
don't.
there, were there any practical dinosaurs?
Well, I think they're so worried anymore about animal rights activists and injuring the dinosaurs
Fair.
Correct.
while they're filming these things.
I did see no dinosaurs were harmed in the
Yeah,
making of this
so-
Oh,
movie.
we should also
so.
say head lawyer tried to murder the oldest daughter. Like the oldest daughter is like holding on for dear
Oh, is he a
life.
lawyer? Rupert Friend?
That's what I thought he was.
I thought he was like a bit like a broker.
Maybe I just assumed he was a lawyer because that's the role that he's playing.
Okay, because
is
I'm like, I didn't.
scummy
I
lawyer.
never thought of him as a lawyer, and now I just figured out who you're talking about. Okay.
Like doesn't save her.
Martin Krebs is the character
Sure.
name.
All right.
Martin Krebs, attorney at law.
Is that what it
No,
says?
no.
Oh, I was like,
JD or whatever. What is a
JD
or what is the lawyer Esquire?
Esquire.
Martin Krebs
Yeah,
Esquire.
Esquire.
I think JD's something though.
Yeah, he's your vice president.
Oh,
But like she's falling off the boat and he does not like she's going to call for Mayday because her dad says, hey, call for Mayday. The lawyer's like, hey, let's not do that. And like tries to fight her. She pushes him. I do like that he's such a wimp that she he needs to be.
Martin
with
Krebs, an executive at a pharmaceutical company.
Okay,
Yeah, he's just a corporate.
He's
guy.
a scumbag.
Yeah.
But he's such a wormy
We'll
guy.
have a coupon day. That's another one of the great
good one, yeah.
lines. Which is so true. I've told this to Tom. We were talking about after COVID and prices going up at Disney World.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. They've made it completely because Hammond's like, we didn't make this park for the ultra rich. And the lawyer goes, we'll have a coupon day.
We'll have a
or
coupon
whatever.
day.
And it's like Disney invented the theme park because it was a place that families could go because he was going to carnivals and people were getting hurt on the rides.
Right.
It was dirty and all this stuff. He invents Disneyland. And the whole idea is a place where families can go that's safe and fun. And now it's priced so rich people can go.
It's
you
so
know? And
expensive.
it's just I think that's part of why Jurassic Park is so cool is the writing was so prescient. Like it was so, I'm talking about technology and science and just mankind and business and all that. Like all these things hold up. That was from 93 and now you see that and you're like, wow, that's exactly what
Well,
they
by the time
do.
we get to this one, we're like chomp chomp, eat.
Yeah,
How many
right.
people-
It's
how many people
all
can we kill?
lost, right? It's not really a story about that. It's
No, I think, and we've talked about. I think we've talked about this before. Where like the original one of a movie has a message, and then by the time we get to the third one, they're like, no.
Yeah.
We're just
get them
gonna-
back to the
yeah,
island,
right.
and which can be fun. And I guess I just wish that one of them could be another Jurassic Park. And I think World got the closest.
I would agree.
World feels like Park. You know why? Hey, look, we have a dinosaur theme park. Things don't go right. Oh, the hubris of them to do this again. And but it's just like that one worked because it was it was a rehash, but also in a new way, and it made sense because it's like, yeah, of course humanity would do this again.
Yeah, of course.
After their park crashed and burned and failed or whatever.
There's
we
no.
can do it this time.
We've seen this in real life.
Yeah.
We're just like, we'll just try it again.
Yeah, let's do it again.
like,
no
okay.
problem. So the next one they
Like
have to
tariffs.
Just like tariffs.
Yeah. It'll work this time.
I promise.
get. So the next one is the Quetzalcoatlus.
Yeah, that's the big brontosaurus.
Now, have you seen what one of these things looks like in real life?
Oh, that's what I did
Well,
want to mention.
no, because they went extinct.
Correct.
No, the
400
fossils.
million years
I went
ago.
to a museum where they had the bones of one of these things.
Yeah.
I mean, it was massive. This thing is like, if you think a pterodactyl's big when they show those or whatever, like this
Yeah.
thing is like 10 times bigger than a pterodactyl. It's like a dragon-sized thing.
I do like that, given the advances in all of the science and everything, we know that like a raptor doesn't look like what we saw.
Yeah,
in,
they have more feathers. They started to make them more with feathers on.
I like in this one, they're like, no.
Yeah.
They're
No,
going,
we're back to
we're
with
back.
the old
And you
style,
know what?
yeah.
That does, like, to me, that takes it out of we're trying to be scientifically accurate, so we're just going to do this big monster movie.
Yeah.
That's kind of where this one feels to me, is like,
Yeah.
we're not going to do the feathers, we're not going to do the
Right.
any of that stuff, the scientifically accurate dinosaur. You know that T-Rex that you love from the first one? We got you. You know,
now we got a D-Rex.
yeah. Well, even the T-Rex is in this. Like,
Yeah.
he's,
Yeah.
sleeping on his back, and I was like, that is a weird way to introduce this.
They made it like a
T-Rex.
dog, which
They
was
did
really,
make it like a
which
dog.
was kind of fun. So Quetzalcoatlus, 33 to 36 foot wingspan,
That's a big one.
36
No,
feet across.
the next one they do is the Brontosaurus, the big Brontosaurus thing that they're walking through the fields.
Oh, do they do that one first?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then
Where they try to invoke, it's the same music
Same thing.
from when they see
That's
the
the scene.
brontosaur
Yeah,
and
yeah.
or the brachiosaur, whichever one it was in the first movie. And it's like, I don't know, it just didn't
didn't work.
doesn't work.
No,
I don't-
no, you have
give
to
them your own score. You know,
we've
like you don't
said,
need to steal that.
a million times. You have to earn that.
You have to earn it, yeah.
Creed earns it perfectly. I think I just rewatched. I've gotten to a point now where I don't want to rewatch like a whole movie.
Yeah.
But I'll just watch like a scene.
Okay.
It's like, oh yeah, that was pretty good. I just
TikTok's ruined you. I see on TikTok.
kind of.
You get those quick 10-second
Yeah.
dopamines.
But
Not
like,
2 hours.
I don't
is
want to
like-
watch Infinity War all over again. But I wouldn't mind seeing when Thor shows up.
Yeah.
But like that scene when, on your left, and you get that Avengers theme that was like not that great in the first one, but it kicks ass in that scene
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah.
So like they earn it, And this
and
one
in Jurassic
is
Park, they haven't shown you a dinosaur yet. They hit it. It was Jaws in the opening scene when
Yeah.
the raptor gets that guy. They've been talking about dinosaurs and going to digs. We've seen bones, and then you finally see one, and they've seen one. They're your surrogate, and you're seeing it together. This amazing thing. It's like, boom, you've earned it.
this
Yeah.
one does not.
No,
No. So they get that one. The other the
they're
family
like kissing. It's sweet, Joe. There's a couple of
they're
them.
twirling their heads around
That
each
tail
other.
thing. It was something else.
I have no idea.
Looked very CG. Their tail, it's like curling and twisting through the air. And
yeah.
whatnot. It's
So
weird.
basically, they get everything they need, and then the paleontologist guy is like, we can't give this to him. Like, and this to me, like when we talk about, getting a message out there.
Right. This is the message
where it's like they're going to manufacture this thing that's going to cure heart disease, and they're going to jack the price up so only a certain amount of people get it. And I'm like, okay, well, that's what we're saying in this one. And basically this Jonathan Bailey, right?
Yeah.
It says, let's just open source
Henry
it.
Loomis.
And it's Sam Loomis.
Oh, I know, but he's Henry
Dr. Loomis, yeah.
But Dr. Loomis.
Yeah. Which I was like, oh, go. Don't invoke a better movie. Like, don't invoke.
Hey,
way
it's
better
Gareth
movie.
Edwards. He wants to at least give him something.
Then go direct a Halloween movie.
Okay. Man, they've made
couldn't be any worse
One other
than-
movie was Dr. Loomis, and they did it in what?
Well, Sam Loomis actually is from Psycho. Sam Loomis is...
so they did... Oh, and then Scream, Billy Loomis.
Billy Loomis. Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like they've done it
Billy
before,
Loomis
too.
Billy Loomis can be Billy Loomis.
Okay.
Like, that one's okay.
Why is that?
Because it's
'Cause he
Wes,
liked it?
Because it's Wes Craven. Like, you get a pass for Wes Craven.
Yeah. So anyway, they're like, yeah, we want to open source this.
Yeah, so we'll just give it to somebody, and they'll give it to everybody.
One of those mom and pop pharmaceutical companies.
They can do their research.
Yeah,
and,
right. And Scarlett Johansson's, and I do kind of, this is interesting, where she's like, yeah, I don't get paid if I do it that way. And he was like, no.
Yeah, you'll get a book deal. Or
Yeah, he's
something.
like, no, you won't get paid. And I was in my head, I was like, did you not get the money up front? Like when you signed.
That's actually a question I have. When you go on a suicide mission like this, I would like to think that at least if I died,
Give me half
someone's
of it.
getting that right. You
Give me
get
half
some
of it
like,
up front.
You can't because they know if they enlist you, if they don't have to pay you if you die, like there's a pretty good chance you're going to die on this mission.
If I'm Wormy McGillicuddy, I'm shooting them both before I leave.
Because like if they just don't. Yeah, if they don't live,
dinosaurs got 'em.
150 million. Yeah, or oops, they slipped. I mean, I just think like you got to pay the money up front or half of it.
Are there scenes in the other Jurassic Park movies where they are talking about how much money they have to pay out to all the people that died on Jurassic
in the second
Park?
movie, yeah.
Is that what
so
it
when
is?
they go to see Hammond and he's like in bed rest and he talks about InGen and we've settled all the lawsuits for whatever so Malcolm didn't sign or he did sign the NDA, but he talked about Jurassic Park on all the news and everything. So he didn't get the money, and the lawyers are going after him for breaking the DNA and all this. And they talk about all the money that they had to pay out to the other guests.
Because I mean, I don't know how a company survives when there's like that guy eaten by a dinosaur, that guy eaten by a dinosaur.
Paid them all. They paid them all off.
Okay. So they end up basically.
So they have to get the third one now,
and they get it, like
which is the Quetzal.
It's the Jizzig.
For short. Yeah.
For short. Yes.
Wetzel's Quetzals.
So they get that one, and
but this is a scene.
fun
It's a pretty
scene.
good scene where
I
they
don't
all
disagree.
are. So they're up on this like mountain, not mountaintop, but there's a huge ravine.
it's like a cliff
with waterfalls and all this, but it's all around a huge open circle or whatever. And they have to go and like carabiner down into the
I don't
nest.
think you can say that.
What?
I don't think you can say that.
You can't?
No, I'm being sarcastic. But
Oh, carabiner down?
I don't think you can say beaner.
As long as you put carrot.
So anyway, they go in and they find the eggs, but Mama's not happy with that.
Well, they pull the DNA out of the egg, and then Mama shows up.
Yeah.
And she eats the French guy.
Yeah.
Then
This is a good scene though, because he's tethered on. They're like all in a row. You know how they all like tether to each other when they do these big climbs or whatever. And he's on the end, and all of a sudden you see it walk up at the top. You know, once they're
he's
all
like
escaping,
chomping on the guy,
and it's just got him in the mouth. You know, and that's a good kill.
So now they've got all the things. We should say that like earlier in the movie, our wormy guy sees a helicopter that's crashed, and he takes the guy's got a gun. So we're like, oh, well, that's obviously going to be a thing later. Like he takes the gun with him.
Oh, sure.
Now all of our people are kind of we're coming back together. The girl, the youngest daughter has a run-in with the T-Rex. Like this is the whole thing going down the road.
Oh, it's great. This is the best part of the movie.
This is great because they've killed enough people at this point where I was like, maybe
Anybody.
I don't know. They might. I mean, are they going to kill that little girl? I don't think so. Will they kill that older daughter?
When they get to the scene where they're like the 6-year-old's in danger, I was like, there is no way in hell you're killing a 6-year-old girl. Let's move this along.
And then I think of the old Kittner boy, and I was like, maybe they will.
What's his face in Dr. Sleep? Got it.
Oh my god!
I mean, that one was.
Oh my god!
Jacob Tremblay got
Tremblay
it.
in one of the worst That scene is so unsettling.
It is.
Because when he says, "Are you gonna hurt me?" and she goes, "Yeah," and they start cutting him open.
Scary.
And he's God dang it. Yes.
But no, there was no. The head fake in this doesn't work in that way, where you're just like,
no,
they didn't eat her.
No, of course not. But it is a great.
It's a great.
It's a great callback. That is a good callback to the first movie of being chased in the Jeep and then them being chased down the river.
And it's the scene we've been waiting for 35 years or 30 whatever it's been. It's out of the book.
Oh, I see.
This is a scene where Grant and the kids get on a raft and they have to go down the river and they're being chased by the T-Rex.
Okay.
It's straight out of the book, and they cut it.
Did they just implemented that into the Jeff Goldblum on the back of the Jeep in the first movie? They just switched it out?
Well, I mean, there's a scene similar to that. I know the lawyer doesn't die, and then Goldblum's the one that gets supposedly dead. You think he's dead the rest of the book, and they rescue him in this one. I don't know if there's a Jeep scene in the book necessarily, but they switch things around a little bit.
Okay.
But the river scene again, it revolves around Grant and them. It's different characters that are split up. But it's
when they do the whole T-Rex trying to push down the top of the raft, and she's like pushing up on the raft, and I was like,
I mean, that's a bit of an homage. Yeah, sure.
know?
Yeah. I thought that looked cool, though, with the huge teeth imprints in the raft.
No, I think it's very scary.
That's a really scary way where it's like there's a barrier, but you can see exactly what you're dealing with.
I'm telling even still, like, when those kids are in that Jeep and the T-Rex smashes through that skylight.
That would have to be horrifying as a kid.
You're dead.
Doesn't matter.
You're scarred for the rest of your life.
As an actor, even though it's an actor, they had an animatronic pushing down on them.
Yeah.
Oh, you would crap your pants.
It's terrifying. Terrifying.
I would have just died on the spot.
Yeah, just call it a day.
That's why they didn't cast you.
Yeah. Can we do this last? Because I'm not going to make it through the rest of these scenes.
Oh, man.
So all of our team ends up getting back together at this main InGen base where this helicopter is going to land. But now they're fighting against not pterodactyls. I don't know what these things are, but
monster hybrid.
Something or other. And this is where the daughter's like, "Hey, asshole! Like, you let me die. You're trying to kill me." He's like, "No, that's not true. I was trying to save you, and you slipped." And she's like, "That's not true at all."
That whole thing. He didn't push her off the boat,
but he didn't try to save her.
I know, but I'm a little.
He Ra's al Ghul'd it.
I'm not saying he's a good guy. We know he's a scummy guy. Like, I'm not saying he isn't, but like in the scheme of the thing where she's all like, "He tried to kill me," and blah blah blah. It's like, I don't know if
he easily could have assisted her.
Yes,
and he made a conscious decision to not help.
Well, he even knows that he's screwed because when.
But what if he was just like, I was scared of getting eaten by a dinosaur? Like, I think it's plausible enough where he didn't push her. And they make and the Mercenaries make such a huge deal out of it.
Are you rooting for this guy?
No, but again, I think it's a writing thing.
Yeah,
I think the problem is
Kevin's on the side of Big Pharma. There we go.
But no, I think in a better written movie, you give him something a little less ambiguous, scummy to do, and then it's like, well, yeah, that guy.
Or he pushes her.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like in a better written movie, he didn't save her, but also I think he could easily have been like, I thought the thing was going to jump up and eat me. I was scared.
I thought he ate you.
Pretend to be scared. Yeah. And then you're like, okay, because he didn't. And then she'd be like, well, yeah, he didn't push me. And I don't know. He's like, I just think that they should have put him in a less ambiguous scenario.
Yeah.
To be truly villainous.
Sure. That makes sense.
Rather than, he just didn't save her.
Right.
Yeah. Batman just didn't save Ra's al Ghul. No one went after Batman for that.
Well, he's Batman. What are you gonna do?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, so that now you've got all these pterodactyls flying. They're not pterodactyls.
Whatever.
Monster
things.
with big wings.
Yeah.
And this is where we get a look at whatever this thing is.
They call it a D-Rex.
A D-Rex, which looks like it has
that. Distortus Rex.
Because they know Kevin loves the D.
That's right.
No, I don't. I hate this. I hate this monster design.
Do you really? I think the design is fantastic.
So ugly and gross.
It is, yeah.
I love it.
I hate it.
Not gross in a fun way.
No,
but just
I hate it looking at it. Yeah, I can't stand it. And it has 6 arms.
Well, it had like the 2 little T-Rex arms.
Right.
And then it
4
had
legs.
like the big ones.
I mean, they did a good job of a gross out monster, but I just don't like it.
I like the fact that we see earlier in the movie, people are just kind of like, yeah, man, we put some DNA together and it was not fun to look at.
The Rancor from Star Wars.
That's kind of what this looks like.
Is the inspiration.
Is that makes total sense.
He's like in an interview that they did Gareth Edwards and Frank Marshall's there. He's like, yeah, don't tell the Star Wars people. He's like, yeah, I better not tell Kathy.
I mean,
because Frank Marshall and Kathleen Kennedy are married.
Yeah.
And they're both Spielberg people, and she's at Star Wars, and he's doing the other Spielberg stuff.
I got to tell you, you kept saying Frank Marshall.
Yeah.
And in my head, I was thinking of
Gary Marshall.
Gary Marshall.
Oh, no.
Well,
he wasn't there.
He is also dead.
I
well,
thought
you got to tell Joe because he's a little
I
late.
thought he was dead, but I was
He's doing that new Crichton Patterson adaptation.
Every time you said it, I was like, Gary Marshall, huh? All right. And that's
Director
why
of Congo.
That's who I picked. Gary Marshall?
Frank Marshall.
Oh.
Frank Marshall directed Congo.
A Crichton book, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Crichton novel.
Yeah. By Universal?
Ooh, who produced? I don't know who did that movie.
I think it is Universal.
I love Congo though.
Is that the one
Stop
with,
eating my sesame cake.
I don't think I've seen. Who's the lead in that?
Oh, I don't know what his name is.
Is it Amy? Is Amy the name of the gorilla?
Yeah, Amy Good Gorilla.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Stan Winston did
Amy
the makeup,
Good
I think,
Gorilla.
for that.
Yeah. I really liked the movie.
That's post Jurassic Park. I guarantee you it's Universal because it's post Jurassic Park.
That was around 93. That's around right in the same Jurassic Park.
Yeah, because I mean, if they've got Stan Winston doing because Stan Winston,
they're probably
did
working on some. I think it's 93 or 94. It's right around it.
Okay.
I really like that, but yeah, that's when Tim Curry is the
Oh
bad
my
guy.
God! Yeah.
Congo's 95.
95.
Oh,
okay, yeah, so right after.
Yeah.
And then is it Delroy Lindo? Stop
Yeah.
eating my
Oh,
sesame
he's great.
cake.
I love
and,
Delroy Lindo.
Ernie
Hudson.
Hudson.
Yeah.
And I love that movie. That's a kind of a
That's a
down
deep
and
fried
dirty
taco.
little. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good one though.
So this thing is like tearing through. You know, it eats the lawyer. We get the
Pharmaceutical.
whatever.
Yeah.
We get the homage to the Sam Jackson hand, which I thought was like that was a weird thing to call back to. Like that was strange. And this is it
Mr.
so?
Arnold, the power's back on.
That's a great scene in that movie,
Great scene, yeah.
but it is weird to do it here.
Yeah. It's weird. I just don't. Those, I think, the callbacks, the member berries. That's what they are when they're bad. You know.
Okay. Okay.
They're just bad in this. I don't.
No, they're not good.
I just don't think they do good winking at the camera in this movie.
I think so. I think the way a callback works is the person that is writing the callback needs to have the love and nostalgia for the original scene.
Yeah.
When it's the same guy doing the
his
same
own thing, yeah,
that's not that's not.
I think
a
that's a
callback,
great
you
point.
know?
You're not. Yeah. You're just like, remember when I did this? Like, did you just blow off the dust from his script in
Yeah,
Jurassic
right,
Park and do a
right.
find and replace? Like,
Exactly. When it would be one thing if I'm trying to think of like what's a really good
callback.
Yeah. Like.
I don't know, but they walk the line. You know, the callbacks, to be good, you have to be subtle enough. It has to either be at like the perfect moment, understated, earned.
Yeah,
you know.
I think if they'd had the guy from the Spider-Man TV show be somebody that Tom Holland saves. It's a subtle.
Cap wrote Spider-Man. Cap wrote Spider-Man.
I knew he'd done some Marvel.
He did
movie.
Marvel. Yep,
Yeah.
Fox, Smart. Yeah, whatever.
That makes sense, which is weird because that's great.
It is great.
Yeah,
but that was also in the early 2000s.
2000.
2002.
Actually, oh right, because they had the World Trade Centers.
Yeah.
Like, you might want to
So
pull that trailer, will ya?
Yeah, he just hasn't done much lately.
No,
he's writing Spielberg's next movie. This is another weird one. Spielberg has a movie coming out next year.
A big sci-fi movie that
doesn't have a name.
No one will
Oh,
address.
It's already
what
been,
it is.
it's already been filmed.
It's done?
Completely done.
There's-
Spielberg,
you don't
written
know the-
by Cap, Yanis Kaminski's the cinematographer, comes out in a year, and we don't have a title for it. It's interesting.
and we don't know the cast for it.
No, we do.
Emily Blunt, is she in
Yeah,
it?
she's in it.
Yeah.
It's got a big
Okay.
cast too.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's like it's just weird that like no one knows what it is, but it's out next year.
Yeah,
I mean-
people are like, is this like a Close Encounters sequel? or
Oh,
some sort
are they
of-
hiding it because it's like an actual?
Yeah.
That would be interesting. Okay.
E.T.
I could see if he's going to revisit anything,
Close Encounters.
it would
the
be
one.
Close Encounters, because he's always said he would not have ended that movie the way he did.
Oh, interesting.
So he could fix it, bring the dad back.
Yeah, because he's like, he goes, I made that
Spoilers!
before I was a father.
Right.
Okay.
And
He's like,
Okay.
now that I'm a father, I'm like, no good parent would get on that ship.
Yeah. How are you supposed to root for that?
Yeah.
Is that who is that? Who's
Richard
the-
Dreyfuss.
Richard
Dreyfuss.
Dreyfuss,
Yeah, yeah.
So
He's still around.
Yeah. Maybe I don't want to see.
he's also
He's very
weird and
He
crotchety.
is cantankerous.
Yes.
Cantankerous. Cantankerous?
Can't
Look, I get
Hey,
one.
remember-
I get one word.
Remember when I sent you Ben Dreyfuss's Jaws sequel script?
No.
Yeah, this was
You
years
did?
ago. Yeah, so his son Ben Dreyfuss is he has like a Substack. He writes. He just writes. It's very opinionated.
Okay.
Sometimes they're out there. Sometimes they're decent and entertaining. Whatever. So he wrote a direct sequel to Jaws because we know the Jaws sequels were crappy. So he's like, here's what I propose, and like his dad would star in it, and it was his whole treatment of like what a direct Jaws sequel would be. I thought it was pretty interesting. I sent it to you guys years ago. I had,
I'll just look that up.
screenshots of
because
it
it is. I don't. All right. Just the. I mean, the second one is just kind of like same as the first.
Yeah, I know. So like, and it was actually kind of seemed like, and it would be like a legacy sequel. I think he was pitching it as if like, hey, we can bring Dad back, and
He was like, oh no, he did have sex with Brody's wife.
Yeah.
Like that's what we're gonna do in this one.
He did in the book.
He did. I know. It's such. I'm so glad I just rewatched this 4th of July.
Yeah.
I watch it every year. I'm so glad that is not in the book or in the
Yeah.
movie at all, because that would have ruined that movie.
I mean, it would have been a very different.
Very different movie. Yeah. I like the idea that when they're showing off their scars, that the one that Brody shows is like, he doesn't say anything, right? And it's like, oh, people are like, oh, it's because he got his appendix out. And I was like, nah, he got shot, and that's why he's at Amity, because he doesn't want to be a cop anymore. That's why he left. So yeah, all this thing's running around. Does Grant in the first movie do the flare thing, or is that Goldblum?
Goldblum. That's the other one that's so cheap. Okay,
That's bad.
The Mahershala Ali one's bad. Okay,
Yeah.
so Mahershala Ali, because he wants to save the kid, he's lost his own son, so he's like, I'm not going to let this child die.
Right.
He takes a flare out. He lets the D-Rex chase him into the forest or
Right.
into the water, whatever, away, and you don't hear anything, and Scarlett's yelling for him.
And
oh my
the
God,
flare
come
goes
back,
out.
Whatever, and it goes out. Oh, we got to go back.
You know what
for
I
him.
thought of as soon as that happened?
Yeah.
Nobody. I didn't see it happen, so he's alive.
Oh,
That's what I thought. I thought about you immediately, where I was just like,
Right.
oh, we didn't see it happen. Like, he's alive.
you're right.
Yeah.
It is a movie rule. I'm telling you, like, if they don't show it, that means they're doing something.
Right. I was like,
But-
oh, he'll be back in the
But
second
it's like
one.
the whole point. I'm not saying you have to kill every character, whatever. But he was sacrificing himself to save them in this big dramatic thing. And why would the D-Rex, who we've seen his killing ability, who can easily take people out, grab people, chew them up, he just didn't get him? It's the worst dinosaur
Yeah,
ever.
it's pretty bad.
He
unless
had
you're
him dead to rights, yeah.
unless we're saying that like he was attracted to the light, right? And then he just like put it in the water, but then we see him swimming with it and is working in the water.
And he couldn't get it. He got away from him.
Yeah.
The thing just gave up and said, "Oh, I missed him on the first
man.
swipe."
What was
How
the
would he have survived that? Give
don't
me
know.
one plausible. And if you come up with a cool reason, I want to see it, because it's just dumb. I think it's so dumb to do that as a head fake.
right?
And who cares about this guy anyway?
Don't
Like,
care.
let him sacrifice and do the right.
Give him the end of give his character an ending.
He is an illegal weapons smuggler. None of these people are. She's a mercenary. Like, they're
Right,
not.
right,
These
right,
are
right.
bad guys. Like,
I mean, we could say that they're like doing good mercenary stuff.
I just think that's funny when you try to take a character like that, like mercenaries and gun runners and stuff, and then be like, with the heart of gold.
Yeah, but they're good guys.
Yeah, it's like they need somebody with the skills to do this.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
But
right.
anyone with the skills to do this is, by virtue of definition, gonna be a douche.
He's an
Yes.
operator. They're tactical, whatever, and they're running guns and stuff. That's why they got these people, right?
Right.
So I don't know. We were just saying it's so stupid that Mahershala Ali lures the D-Rex away with the flare. Stupid callback to the first one that doesn't work, and then they don't show it, and then he's like, "Hey guys, flare gun, I'm back."
Yeah.
How do you survive
Also,
that thing? How did the D-Rex not
don't
get him?
fire the flare because
I-
the D-Rex is somewhere around.
I thought for sure that he was gonna be like a mid-credit sequence.
I
They
thought
survived
that
somehow.
survived,
Okay.
but like now there's a
Now he's
reason
stuck
to go
on the
back to
island.
the island.
That
Right.
would even be acceptable, and then maybe we see a flashback in the second one of how he survived or something. Fine.
Yeah.
But to just have him swim away and they go get him or whatever, it's like, so that guy, that D-Rex is not a threat anymore.
no,
Like,
nope, he's gone.
No.
Bye.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Did that dude have a three-way with dinosaurs? Is that what happened there?
What dude?
Remind me.
The professor guy?
Oh,
Because like these two dinosaurs are sitting there clearly in a mating ritual.
Yeah, they're
and
hooked-
he's over there like rubbing one's leg.
Oh.
And I was like, what? Crystal and I were both like, what the holy hell is this guy doing?
Well, what
I
are you
feel
doing
like
there, bud?
Jurassic World / fiction is what we got going on here.
That's another one of those things. Okay, again, I know whatever. It's a big dinosaur movie, but when you're that close to a creature that big, like it could think you're a fly or something, and just like lift your leg up and stomp him.
Yeah, could you imagine just like the back kick where he's like, get away from me?
Yeah, I mean that dinosaur is so big that if you put your hand on its leg and it's like it goes up another 100 feet or whatever, like it would just move and like fling you. Like I don't know, it's just dumb. Like don't get that close to it,
or do and get squished.
Well, yeah, exactly. Show me that then. Right. Like, oh yeah, that's what happens.
Squish.
So they got the samples.
They're on the boat, and Scarlett Johansson says, "All right, how do we do this?" Or basically, how do we do this? And he says, "You choose. We can either give it to the pharmaceutical guys, or we can give it to the people." And she was like, "Give it to the people." Credits.
With the samples in hand, Zora and her name's Zora, by the way. Zora and Henry agree to distribute the new medication without a patent, making it open source for the entire planet. The medication, they took blood samples.
They haven't made the medication yet.
We don't even know if it'll work.
Like I said, I think it gets a B- from me because the dinosaur stuff is great. It's so much. Once we get that rocket unrolling, the family element I enjoyed more than the Mercenaries.
Yes, the Mercenaries are so forgettable and terribly written.
And it's two headlining actors who are sleepwalking their way through a movie.
Yeah,
which is wild. Like it's wild that
Ed Skrein is the bad guy from Deadpool.
Yeah.
Who plays? Is he South African? Is that what his accent is?
I have no idea.
That accent when I was he's English, but I don't know. It didn't sound like an English accent to me. It sounded a little.
He didn't have any lines, so I don't know.
That's true. He had a couple. Ouch.
Yeah, he got me. That's it. It's a big summer blockbuster.
Someone's going to see it. 300
and
something worldwide
I'm curious
opening.
as to what
318 worldwide.
I'm curious to what it will do next week. Like next week is a very.
I think everyone's seeing Superman.
I think it's a very important week for Warner Brothers and DC and everybody involved. And if
I hope it's good.
That's where we're at.
Hope it's good.
We will find out.
I think I've kind of watch Camp Cretaceous on Netflix. Watch Chaos Theory. They directly tie in. They're canon. They directly tie into the events of Jurassic World on. So right now, Chaos Theory season at the end of 2 and going into 3 like ties into maybe the last Jurassic World movie or something. They're all happening on the periphery, of what's going on, and so it's very much like a Rosencrantz and Guildenstern of sorts, or Lion King 1.5 for the Disney fans out there.
Tag and Bink for the Star Wars fans.
Look at you.
There you go.
Yeah.
So it's really fun. It is a kid's show, but it's not that kiddie where adults can still enjoy it. And they get the dinosaur part and the Jurassic, the feel of the show and the movies and everything. Like, I don't know, the people that make it seem to love dinosaurs, and they do a really good job. I know.
Yeah.
So,
well, this movie was bad, but the dinosaur stuff was great.
Yes,
I love the fact that they're scary again.
I agree.
And just fast forward anytime somebody's talking.
I just feel like they're so close to
You know what I'm glad they got rid of?
What's that?
This bull.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the force
push to all dinosaurs. Apparently,
the force push.
I will say, Nerdist on YouTube does they just posted it's like an hour and 45 minutes of a complete timeline breakdown from the first one to this. Okay. So if you want to watch it, the guy does a pretty good job of breaking. They add those shows are in there. They talk about those shows on Netflix.
Oh, cool.
It's all on there.
I just watched
really
them all.
good.
So I just did it. I just did the whole binge leading up to us. So.
Okay.
So anyway, I guess there you go. Let's go around the table and everyone can say where to find them.
This is Joey. You can follow me on the Twitter at Joey Butts BUTTS21 and all other social media bull stuff at the same.
This is Kevin. Follow me on Twitter at Kevin R. Brackett.
And this is Tom. You can follow me on Blue Sky and Threads at Tom O'Keefe Jr. or on Facebook at facebook.com/Tom O'Keefe. You can find the show online at facebook.com/Real Spoilers. While you're there, like the page, join the group, and of course, don't forget our Patreon, patreon.com/Real Spoilers. $5 a month. You get all sorts of bonus content, and we like you extra.
I think there's almost 100 bonus episodes on
Is there really?
Yeah, I looked at it. I think it said when I posted this one, it said this and 99 other things, or maybe it was 99 other things. But there's a ton of backlog of stuff there.
Good.
Yeah. So anyway, that's it for this one. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, Will stays behind with Shaka's tribe.
Get ready for a spoiler. Won't say it twice, 'cause we already warned you.